and just his third start, plenty of promise there.
Absolutely. We're going to move on to Wolverhampton. We've also got John rejoining us for this afternoon. We've got Jan in the studio. So a couple of angles of attack ahead of this 6 furlong handicap where Southbank tops the betting at 11-10. Rust E-Boy is 7-2. 7-1 for Mo's Legacy. Ifred 17-2. Restricted is 10s and bigger prices for the rest of them. Let's get Jan's selection first, and then we'll rejoin John, who joins us on the Skype call. Jan, your selection?
It was a race I wasn't mad on. I thought Southbank's taking plenty out of the market, and he's shown modicums of ability in 2 starts for Joseph O'Brien and a couple of runs for Stuart Williams. He's been gelded since he last ran 26 days ago, the stepping up in trip. I just thought he was tight enough in the market. Now he's been well backed. It's a very shrewd yard, but I was going to take a chance at a price with Ifred for Richard Hannon. I thought he's shown bits and bobs of ability over 7 furlongs in a mile. I thought dropping back to 6 on pedigree should suit him. Holly Doyle takes over in the saddle from Joe Levy, who's been riding him last couple of times. Box 7 should be fine. I just thought at a bit of a price, I'd take a bit of a chance with him. But, Southbank could blow the waters out of a marker 54, but at the prices, he could run for me.
Good afternoon to you, John, joining us for my what would be my last technically. Do you go along the similar sort of lines? Are you going against the favourite, or do you think Southbank and all that sort of cash is going to be the one to beat here?
Yeah, it's the cash, isn't it, for Southbank? You won't get many shrewder yards than Stuart Williams, and they found a very, very weak contest. It's a 0-55. Mo's Legacy has got the penalty for winning an awful race at Kempton last week. Before that, Mo's Legacy had blown the start completely at Kempton, but was well behaved last week. But the runner-up, Zachary, didn't really want to know. And the other one who was fancied in the market, Fiddler's Elbow, cut out very quickly. So it didn't have to do an awful lot to win the race last week. Yeah, it's just such a huge market move for a trainer who... The old saying, but he does know the time of day, but just about as better than anyone else.
Absolutely, 11-10 at the top of the betting. Southbank the selection for John. Jan going with Ifred as a potential each way shout. Currently 8-1 and has been nibbled, even touched 15-2 a few moments ago. Jan, can I get your thoughts on one here? Again, I do like to try and get a selection in. I've gone each way as well, but hits the front I thought was pretty interesting. The market drift not particularly inspiring, but David Probert's a good first time jockey booking and makes a handicap debut off a mark of 40, and I thought there could be a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah, very good jockey booking, David Probert. Ray Guest, he takes it, brings his horse along slowly, showed ability, I thought, in those 3 qualifying runs. And I thought the handicap mark was fair based on that. He's been big prices, those 3 runs. You'd like to have seen a little bit of market support behind, but he's... there's a few unexposed horses having first goes in handicaps. He's certainly one of them. It's a yard you respect and a very good jockey booking.
Absolutely, yeah. Currently a 28-1 chance. Anything that's caught the eye for you, John? A potentially bigger price? I know you're going with Southbank as your sort of main selection. Was anything at an each way price that maybe could tempt punters into something at a big price?
I've got to be honest, it's a shocking contest. Yeah. It's very, very little formal offer. So it's...
It's time to
the key
stab in
thing
the dark
for me
almost,
is Stuart
isn't
Williams has just found a weak race.
Absolutely, yeah. Bit of a stab in the dark if you're looking for something each way, hence why the front's gone out to 28, and I'm going to go with that to put my neck on the line. Runners all in at Wolverhampton.
This market is now in play.
For the call.
And they're off and racing. Southbank got an adequate start, mid-div early for him, moving forward restricted together with Mo's Legacy, and these the 2 greys for John early. Up the inside, that's Rusty Boy. With them, So Obsessed, reading out wider to Southbank, and with Southbank is Gone Like the Wind towards the outside. So Southbank has made a move forward, and that means you're going to get a clear look at the first bend. Mid-division now for Nevzilla. Behind Mo's Legacy on the inside is Queen for a Day. Hits the front, is right at the back end of the field then as the runners move towards the home straight. Last of all is Ifred. Up front, Restricted together with So Obsessed. They're followed by Rusty Boy, who still travels well. Driven is Gone Like the Wind, and he's having to wait on Southbank in 5th place. Be fascinating to see what he can find. He'll have to come between runners, though, Southbank. Mo's Legacy's further back. The others all have lots of work to do. Lovely gap for Southbank now. Can he take advantage? Restricted's been headed by Southbank. Rusty Boy comes next against the rail, then Mo's Legacy. Southbank is driven